Yo, what's going on, guys? Eric, and I told you I was gonna bring you another All Sim episode, and here it is. Now, I originally did this. It was a live commentary, but when I was editing the video and I went back, I checked it out. Forgot to hit live commentate, so I kind of now have to go back over what I did. So basically, in this episode, I basically read about the cap. Really like what 2K is doing with the cap. I feel like this is a great idea. Always adding new things that are happening in the NBA to the game. The cap expansion and the TV deals is a big deal, so I'm glad that it's in 2K16, and I like that players are going to react the right way. They're not going to want to sign long-term deals, so that was a cool idea. A few things I want to talk about in this episode is we do a lot of simming, and I'm really impressed with the way the team plays. And I think we finally came up with like a little crew that we're gonna roll with. So the first game is up against Denver, and we're gonna simulate this game. Now, this game was hella crazy. I'm sitting here like the first quarter was tight. The second quarter, I think, is when we ran away with it. We beat them 33-18 in the second. Not beat them because the game's not over, but we outscored them. And as you can see, the second quarter is the reason why we won this game, because Denver outscored us 3 out of the 4 quarters. We just stuck around more, you know? So we finished that game and we won 107-102. It was a great game. Now, another thing that I want to talk about, the bench played really well during this run. You know, DeAndre Russell is currently injured. I think he got injured in, if not the last video or this video, I think it was the last video, because I recorded these videos back to back. So, but yeah, Lou Williams putting up numbers, Roy Hibbert putting up numbers, Kobe putting up numbers. The whole bench unit is putting up numbers. I'm really impressed by the way this game is focused and how this game is working. Now, Lou Williams becomes kind of like, he's on fire right now in this game. He's really hot. Now, I've put forward 4 of my ideas for Lou Williams. Do we trade him or do we keep him? Because I don't want to play him at point guard. He's only 6'2", he's undersized as shooting guard. He's a great guy off the bench. Now, if we don't think we compete in the Western Conference, there's no point in keeping Lou Williams, you know, on that $7 million contract, when we could trade him for a lot of guys. Now, in this video, at one point, the one guy comes up when I put Lou Williams up on the market, and it's up to you guys to decide if I should trade for this guy or not, because I think it's unrealistic, and I don't know if you guys want this to stay like kind of in the realistic end, or if you want to go kind of crazy, you know, because I'll just use like my better judgment on a lot of these trades. If I don't think there's a reason for this team to make that trade at all, I just won't go through with it. But if you guys think that trade is fine, I'll definitely go through with it. But Randall right here, 10.7 rebounds, 4 assists, very impressive. Clarkson, only 6 points this game. And I think, if not, Clarkson explodes the next game. Now, what I was saying, I think what I was explaining right here is that in 2K15 or 2K15, a player won't score a lot if their tendencies are super low. I think that's what I was talking about. Or I might have been talking about that the last game, but I might have been explaining here. This might be a cool thing that 2K is doing with the rookies. That rookies are rookies aren't very consistent. You know what I mean? So a guy might drop 20 points one day, but only drop 6 points the next day. If that's what they're doing, that's really cool. I really like that idea. As we're looking over Jordan Clarkson's numbers, I was really impressed with the way he's playing so far this season. I know 6.6 rebounds, 2 assists is not great in 28 minutes, but he's a prospect. He's a prospect, and he's growing alongside DeAndre Russell and Randall, and I expect big things from them. He's gonna be a free agent at the end of this year, so I need to make a decision on that also. Definitely want to resign him. Here's D-Lo, still injured. I'm thinking that's the reason why his points and everything is dropped. You see that second game, he dropped 15 points, and that was a good game. So we're gonna move on to the next game, press conference, and right here, Lou Williams, I believe we're talking about Lou Williams right here. But yeah, Lou Williams is definitely getting a little upset with his PT right now. We're talking about egos, and as you can see, it's very hard to manage these egos normally, especially when you have a guy that's better than the person starting. It's gonna be hard to manage that stuff. But Lou Williams definitely not liking the fact that he's coming off the bench, but he's gonna have to deal with it. But we're going up against Brooklyn next, and right here I thought about simulating, but we were having such a good little run that I decided not to. Now, this video is not the way I expected it to go, but I don't know. I'm kind of running out of things to say, but if you guys have anything to say about anything that happened in this video, just leave it in the comments. But our next video is gonna be a gameplay video against the Toronto Raptors. You see Lou Williams coming into the office and he's not happy. I think this I was so upset that this didn't record live commentary. This I was really upset that I didn't live commentary this, because I kind of explained everything in the video why I have Lou coming off the bench. I know you guys kind of probably have the same idea in your head, but I kind of went in depth and we basically looked at all the players and the positions. And I'm like, he can't start a point guard because he's a shoot first player. He can't start a shooting guard because I want Jordan Clarkson to start there just because I want him to develop. He can't start over Kobe because Kobe just has more points than him, as in like Kobe just has more weight at the moment than him. The only real argument was the Jordan Clarkson position at the 2 guard, and I don't feel Lou Williams could start at 2 for the fact that he doesn't play very well, very good defense, and he'd be a liability. So that's why I have Lou Williams coming off the bench, and that's why he's probably gonna stay on the bench for a while. But he expects to be starting soon, so we'll see how that goes. Definitely gonna have some fun this season with the whole morale thing. I like it. You see right now they're bringing up Lou Williams in the press conference, and I explained this very well also in the video. There was only one thing to say in this position, and that is no comment. You know, this was a internal matter. We didn't have to let the public know about it, so that's why I decided to say nothing to the media. They obviously didn't like that. But we had some crazy stuff going against New York. We're sitting here and we're simulating, and we are absolutely having an interesting game with New York. First quarter, tied. Everybody scored the same amount of points. Second quarter, almost the same thing. New York outscored us by 1. Third quarter, we're going down right now. I realize this is going to be a tight game. I'm screaming, Kobe going to do it. Kobe moment. And look at this. Kobe pulls it out 102, 101. And I was looking at what level to select, what badge to upgrade. I decided to go with player morale. And as soon as I clicked on this, because Lou will, kind of mad at this moment, so I decided to go with player morale, just because it reduced it by 5%, and every little percent helps. Now, I was feeling really hyped at this moment, and I click on this player morale thing, and you wouldn't believe what happened, bro. We ended up losing by 1 point to the Knicks. Turns out there was still point something on the clock, and somebody banged the buzzer beater. Now, we going over to go check on who banged the buzzer beater. First of all, I was looking past. Randall had a big game, so I was kind of mad that his game got spoiled. And right there, you can see Carmelo Anthony was the man who ended the game for us. And I'm just looking back right here, looking for, why we could have lost. As I look at Nick Young's made jump shot, I'm like, Nick Young puts us up by 1, and then it goes over. Anthony, medium jump shot, missed. Randall's rebound. I'm like, all right, so we looking good right now. Where did we mess up? And where we messed up was allowing Carmelo Anthony to touch the ball at all, because Melo just ended that for us, and we ended up losing to New York 103-102. All right, let's get into the good stuff. And this is the trade I was talking about right here. We're putting up Lou Williams on the block, and we're looking at what we can get for him. Now, he's currently hot. Like, he's had a few games in a row now where he's dropped 20 plus points off the bench. He's definitely the reason why we're 4-2, 2 games above 500 for the Lakers in the Western Conference. That's it's really good at the moment. So as you can see, I come across Andre Drummond and Jody Meeks, bringing Jody back to LA. Andre Drummond having a great season so far, 18 points and about 15 rebounds per game with 2 blocks. And I'm looking at that like Andre Drummond. We get Andre Drummond, that's the center of the future. Our big men are secure. Julius Randle next to Andre Drummond, that's a good front line. But then the question becomes, is that a realistic trade? Is that something that you guys would like to see in this series, or would you like me to slowly build up a nice little team and try and keep these trades as realistic as possible? But if you guys want to see that trade go down to Andre Drummond for Lou Williams and something else, Brandon Bass most likely, just let me know. Or would you like me to keep this realistic and grind it out with the Lakers this first season and take my L's? Alright guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe later.